A.T. Perry, Wake Forest, wide receiver. I'm different.
With 7 minutes left in the contest. Hartman under some pressure. Throwing for the end zone. Perry, he makes the catch in the corner for the touchdown.
Keeps Drake May that offense on the sideline. Hartman looking for the end zone. Pass, Perry, he's
Hanging out with Wake Forest wide receiver A.T. Perry. A.T., thanks for hanging out with us, man. Appreciate it.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're excited to talk to you. Would love to know a little bit about just how you got into the game of football.
Well, I didn't get in at a young age. I kind of started late. I played pee-wee ball, but I'm a military kid, so we moved around a lot, and it was hard, just playing football. So I really didn't get, accustomed to the rules and stuff like that in football until I got to middle school. We moved down to Pensacola, so I just played there for a couple years, and then moved down to South Beach, Florida, and just started playing football from there.
Is there anyone, throughout your childhood or your life that kind of inspired you to go chase after playing football and get to this point in your career?
I would kind of say my dad was like a start for starters. I know like growing up, he was always playing Madden and stuff like that and watching football. So, I got accustomed to that, just hanging with him, watching football. And then my mom got me into, Little League when we moved down to Pensacola when I really started playing. And, she always came to my games and stuff like that. My dad was always working. So she always came to my games, and I was like, you got to come out and watch him. Like, he's actually good. And then when my dad started coaching my team, he was like, oh, yeah, you got something. So then I stuck with football. I played basketball and did track as well in high school. Yeah, it's been fun ever since.
When did you realize that you were like good, that you had a chance to just keep taking this as far as you possibly can? Just like, how'd that process go for you?
Probably say when we moved to Pensacola. Okay. I played with that team the first year, and it was kind of like getting playing football again. I hadn't played in like 4 years since we were moving around so much. And when that second year, I know throughout that whole off season and stuff like that, I played flag and stuff like that. So I kind of did some little work here and there. But when I got into that season and I started making plays, I was like, oh, yeah, that football. I honestly, when I had to, watch clips, at the time, Huddle, was just introduced. And, just watching my plays, and my dad was like, you should play football. Like, this is for you. And I was out there snagging one hands, and I'm like, bro, yeah, this is for me. So, ever since then, I fell in love with the sport.
So, who are some of the receivers that you model your game after?
As a kid, I always watch Alshon Jeffrey because, my dad was a Gamecock fan, and my mom went to USC as well. I always watched him, and I was like, yeah, I got to perfect this game. I got to perfect my game just like his. I would go in the backyard, just like line up just like him, just set my feet the same way, moves the same way, catching ability, all that other stuff. And then from then on, I got accustomed to other receivers like Julio Jones. And now, I really watch Devontae Adams. Just his way of getting open, his releases and stuff like that. It's just amazing to me. I will watch his highlights before every college game. I will have to just sit on YouTube and just watch it.
So every wide receiver is watching Devontae Adams. The releases are so good off the line of scrimmage. That's something that everybody wants to go to. So let's put yourself kind of in that, not his shoes, but your shoes. You're at the line of scrimmage. What's going through your mind as you're thinking about how you want to release? I know each route's different, but what are you looking for to kind of give you tips on how you want to release off the line of scrimmage?
Oh, yeah, this is good. So I usually look at the DB's leverage, where he's playing outside, head up, or inside. And then, I'll just watch a little film here and there. If it's off coverage, if he can turn his hips, he can get out his break faster than me. And from then on, I just make my move from there.
Is there a game from your college career that if nobody had watched you play before that you would direct them to start there to see what you're all about?
Syracuse, 2021. That game was honestly the start of everything. I had 3 receptions, 3 touchdowns, 132, and I had the game-winning touchdown. It was this after that game, I'm watching, I'm like, oh, I did that. And then from then on, I was like, I gotta improve from here. I just gotta keep getting better and better. And that's what I did. And then, rolling into 2022, we played him again. And I had 3 touchdowns in the first half. So it was yeah. So just progressively just keep working and, just seeing stuff like that happen. It's it's no surprise.
So you're kind of making it sound like late, whenever you played Syracuse, that was kind of a flip that kind of switched for you. Is that kind of what you're saying there a little bit?
I would say Florida State. just because like Florida State showed me interest so much, and they never offered me. So and they're from they're right down the road from me. I'm from Florida, so it's like every time we play them, it's like I got to make a statement.
Yeah.
So this game-winning touchdown for Syracuse, I assume you remember just about everything about that play. Do you want to walk me through that?
So the first touchdown I had, I ran a corner post. It was out of a bunch set, and it's kind of like a pyramid set. I'm at the top of the key. The Z is on the outside, the slot, and then the tight end is on the line. And then you got the other outside receiver on the other side. So the slot and the other outside receiver, they have crossing routes, and then basically I run a corner post and busted coverage. I was wide open. He threw me the ball. The second touchdown was just a regular post. He was off coverage, so I just seeing his leverage. He was playing me kind of head up inside, so I just threatened him deep, broke the post inside, got open. They had no safety. They were actually in 4 sifs, so that free safety was down into the box. He was protecting the run just because of our RPO mesh. And that strong safety, he kind of lingered to the field, so I was wide open. Had that touchdown, broke a move, I scored, and then the last touchdown I had, which was the game winner, it was kind of a switch concept. I just set the pick for the team, come back, and then I had the option whether to sit down or take it deep. I took it deep, and I'm looking through the ball, and I didn't see it till the last second, and the ball was coming down. I just torqued my body and caught it. So it was just like, and I got up, and he said, the ref threw his hands up, and I'm like, oh man, I just got the game-winning touchdown.
There you go.
And then they reviewed it, said it was a touchdown. My heart dropped. I was like, bro, I really just did that. So it's like, that was honestly like a dream of mine, just getting a game-winning touchdown. Like, it was just amazing that it happened.
So what's your favorite route to run?
Probably a double moves like slug goes or stutter goes, or probably just some simple routes or post route, just because of I add a little extra to it, just to get the DBs off his path and just get open.
So, you're getting deep on one of these vertical routes here. You look over your shoulder, you see the ball coming. What's going through your mind? Just like what's going through your mind as soon as you look over the shoulder and see that ball coming your way?
Honestly, just worry about the ball, not to worry about the defender. I know just working with my receiver coach at school, he just taught me the little things, getting down the field and not just fighting with the DB, but just focus on staying on your stem, keeping your line, not getting too wide and get out of bounds. Just holding that stem. The ball's in the air, just focus on the ball.
All right, so that game-winning touchdown you had against Syracuse, was it at home or was it on the road?
That was on the road. It was at Syracuse. It was actually it wasn't a lot of people in there, but it was really loud because they have a dome. But that was a really exciting game. It was back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Going to the overtime, it was just, it was a heart-racing moment, but I actually calmed myself down, like, we're good, we can win this.
So would you rather catch that game-winning touchdown on the road, silence that crowd, or would you rather do it at home with all of your fans and celebrate with all your family?
Ooh, that's kind of hard. I'd probably say at home, because I know people would have stormed the field and it would have been like just crazy. And then we went back to school. We have something called roll the quad, they just throw tissue on the quad trees and stuff like that. So I would have ran back there after we got on the bus, got back to school. They got crazy with the students and stuff like that, but it would have been something special.
So you get done with the game, you get back there. What do you want the opposing coach from the opposite team to get up at the press conference and say about you as a player on the field?
He's dangerous. He's different. Like, honestly, haven't seen anybody at his size do what he does. Like, that's my motto. I want to be different. I just want to add stuff in my game that guys at my size that can't do. And, that just separates me from the games.
All right, let's talk a little bit about draft weekend, okay? We'll look ahead a little bit. Where are you going to be? Who are you going to be with? The emotions when you get that call. What are you going to feel?
9 out of 10, I'll be with my whole family, mostly on my mom's side because everybody's down there. But just getting that call, that's just like, damn, that's something I dreamed of. Just watching, other players and even my boys that went into the draft, just the draft process. It's just like, I want to be there one day, and honestly want to, feel how that feels and stuff like that, and then have a team and accept me, be on their roster, make some plays.
Who gets the first hug after that phone call?
My mom. Yeah, mom. I know most definitely my mom. Just just hearing her story. My mom was a All-American track athlete out of high school, Gatorade Player of the Year 2 times, junior, senior year, and she had I didn't believe it. Everybody was saying that she had every offer in the country, but when I actually seen it, it was like, damn, she was actually a competitor. And her going to Arizona State, and she didn't find out until after she signed her letter of intent that they were on probation. So it was like kind of ruined her chances, her opportunities of going to the Olympics, you know, competing in those NCAA championships and stuff like that. So, you know, just hearing her story and then her having me, she went into the military. That's how she met my dad. And then when she got me, she left the military. My dad stayed in the Navy for a couple of years and he switched to the Coast Guard, just to, you know, have some time with us and stuff like that. But, you know, just hearing her whole story and how much compared she were. Every time I go home, it's like everybody asks me who my mom is and I say her first name and it's just like, your mom is Chassie. Like one of the scouts from the Denver Broncos, like, he knows her because he went to high school down there as well. So he was like, yeah, you're not beating your mom in a race. Like, she's that fast. So it's like, you know, just hearing that and then hearing her story, like, it motivates me. Like, I want to be great just like her.
Well, AT, we're rooting for you. Congratulations.
For sure.
Best of luck. And I really appreciate your time, man.
Sure.
That's Wake Forest wide receiver A.T. Perry.